So, Anya Carter Russell reveals why he sues AEW in all by WWE. And he talks about with Ospreay, just covered this and more. He said, I wasn't doing a recent appearance on the Insight Request podcast, so I was thinking to Carter Russell has comment on suing. He was using AEW or WWE. Anybody to compare it to Will Ospreay and some of the best talkers in wrestling and more. So you can search out some highlights on the podcast below. He said, so I was on personally just cover this to Will Ospreay. So Annie is one of those things will very hot a second, and you take it, it has a compliment and at the surface this level. Annie is like, oh, thanks. I think Will is incredible at what he does, so I take that as a just compliment. But then I feel like the more I sit with Annie, the more I hold it, the more it makes me go, no, I don't want to be anyone else. I don't want to be a second coming of with Ospreay. I think after saving the ahead, and I got a lot of Randy Orton just conferences, and it's like I just had the same feelings of an at force, and just really cool, and just a great just conferences, but I really want to start to create my own path, and I don't want to be second anybody else. So yeah, he said, I think that's a kind of what I'm focusing on, is just trying to get my own path. He said, and he added, he wasn't on running in his pink gale, so it so yeah, so and that kind of started maybe this year. I think it was a random tweet, and I was thinking that says my memory, it was like, it's not enough, man. So I went with a pink in wrestling. I screenshotted it. It wasn't in I sent to try my gear. Has a designer. I just a guy that designs all my gear. I was like, I have to this, I do. So I've been done a triple red gear before, but in my brain, and it's just like, I was so pop, I was like, it was triple pink. So for I knew whatever reason that was my ideal, and then I just sent that to him, and then we were like, alright, so this was great. He cooked this thing up, and also the design, and, and I was like, this is the best skill I have to ever had. I'm so excited. Then it has ended up. Has been coming in time, such as I found out I was going to be the Owen tournament, so I was like, oh, and that makes sense. I just with it for the Owen tournament, and that's great. And it is perfect, so I will it for that. It was on Dynasty on this year. I read that girl for the first time. It says the reactions that it got was, and it was like people loved it, if people hated it, and whatever it was. But I think whenever something like that happens, it says something off in my brain, and that's something, and whatever that is something that closely, I think yes that much has the full reactions. I think either way, and it's like there's something to tap into, so it was like, alright, I'm gonna keep running the skill for a little bit, so and see what happens. I think I will tap one set of my gear for a month or two. Wasn't in like that a point, even was like it was pink, it's your thing now. I think it's just systems with you, so I was like, okay, and then I just think it's just been every set of the skill I had is like, alright, and what can we do with pink in this time? So let's sync it up and let's do something else. And then, so yeah, I knew the suits and stuff has where I think so I found my thing. I found my noses, he said. So also on where he feels the parcel of brain told he is a first star. He said, I've been in a lot of ways, so yes. But I think none of it even comes close to the parcel and that I put on myself. I think my whole life I was a kind of felt this even before. I knew I wanted to be a wrestler. I felt this calling that I was meant to do something big, that I was meant to be somebody. So when I fell into wrestling, and I was like, yes, and this is my thing. I always knew I wanted to be the best. I knew I wanted to be more Sabian. So I think it's more so the puzzle that I put on myself. I think when I heard this old people said things like that, it's almost more repulsive to me, and that this thing that I feel just thrive, and that for that it is paying off, and it's for a reason, in that I'm just deciding where I'm meant to be. I'm on some of the best talkers in wrestling, and this always gets a bit of a laugh. I've been growing up. I'm a little bit younger than a lot of wrestling fans, and one of the people who forced doing me with their promos. And it was the Miz. A lot of people, I have things to say about him now, but I still think he's one of the best. I think always got that, and that's always how it happens as well. And it is like, and when they on the way out, it's like, oh yeah, you know what? He's pretty good, but I was 12 years old back in 2011. So I'm going this is the best. I'm awesome. So yeah. And that was probably my first one. I think it was Son seeing it so far in a way. So the best promo guy ever seen. I just set a step in his final one, and there have been a couple where it has been saying do this glue. I need to set a screen like how is this guy says so amazing at what he does. And Roman Reigns was it now, and just Heyman, and I think is one of the best guys on the mic. I get into tomorrow, so every time he's on the mic, I'm so drawn into him. It was MCF has will just all kind of probably will I do the most was it from I say those guys. So I'll be on Susan for AEW to old WWE, he said, and it was a toast up for a while. We had one kind of like was a call at a time. It was myself and Mark Davis. I was has to always we had like a Zoom call with him, and we kind of spoke about what the deal with Detroit is and that sort. I knew a thing. I think when it got to that point, it just don't feel like the right fit at the time. So we didn't get super close. It was kind of like, and at the point, well, and it was awesome deal, but either was just the right fit. So, I knew for us at the time, we were luckily enough that I didn't work deal a couple of times. And then we got bought, was part in a part of New Japan. So I was to do a couple of things, and I think it was a flat deal. I think to me it was I don't want to say set of freedom, but I think just a lot of trust due to that I can produce the wrestling and I want to produce, and I can wrestle a way that it wasn't that I love to wrestle, and I think it was wanted that to beforehand, and knowing that I think, and that was what kind of drew me towards to AEW for sure. Also on how the school role became his weapons of shoes. I blame Don Caddis for that one. So yeah, I don't know. I like to think I'm gonna play good at stabbing people, and I like it because it's something that a lot of people not can ready to try can't we ready to bring to stab maybe it's the school travel, and most people have a school travel in their hands, and I think they could pick up a school travel and go, and he got stabbed with this. I knew it was here, and that's crazy. So that's kind of why I like it. So I'm looking on to a most painful moment I think it was a kind of classic match. I had with Mark Briscoe. I was just climbing up, so just going through, and he came in, stopped me, and we did like a little baby simplex. Is what we call it, the baby simplex. I was going through, I need to the floor for and whatever reasons, and whatever angle I hit the ground. It was like, was it all in terrible? I felt like I was pissed of discovered blood. I felt like my butthole and falling out. It was the craziness point it would fill in my life. He said, I was laying on the ground. It was like, please leave me here pretty good. In 10 seconds. At last, I need to figure things out. If I'm okay right now. So here's the last one. I get on a little heat closely. There's blood. No, I did not. I was totally fine, but at whatever point I felt at that time, I was like, it felt like anything had supposed to it. I was just not having a good time at all. So here's the imaging you want to know about colorful. So with Chris' podcast, he had to explain it. So and don't forget to like and subscribe in this video. And by next time, peace.